So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to dig specifically into goals and what goals are really all about. So when you come into goals, you can see here, you can really set things to be whatever you want. So for myself, for example, donating to Birchmount is a big one for me because that's my high school. I want to be able to give money back to them. So I haven't done anything on it yet. So my progress on it is currently a zero. But it's really the idea of this is to choose goals that actually can be tracked through numbers. So a lot of times people want to set vague goals, and this has actually been one like knock on the app is that you can't really set vague goals because you have to give a specific number. So I'll give you an example here. So you come here, and you have to choose your goal name, choose the category you want it to go into, but then when it comes to the goal target, you have to actually choose a number. Like you can't just choose a word. And the reason it's that way is because you need to be able to see at all times where you are at towards that goal. So let's say you want to walk 100 miles, right? That's it. That you just know that you want to do that. You want to go 100 miles. So then you come here, you choose general number. Then you should be able to say, hey, I've walked 5 miles today. I walked 20 miles. I walked 30 miles. And update that as you go so you know how close you are to achieving that goal. The second thing that's important to know about goals is that they can be short term and they can also be long term. If you look here, you'll see, for example, the volunteering 10,000 hours is the one I wanted to point out. If you can see here, the end date for it is actually 2034. That is not close. And the reason why is that it's a long-term goal for me. It is not a goal I plan on accomplishing anytime soon. I want it to be really far away. If you look, like I've actually had progress on it, but because the goal is so big, it hasn't been very many. It hasn't actually even added up to 1% yet. So I'm still below 1% on that. But your goals are where you go to set your overarching ideas and the big themes and things you want to accomplish in your life. I did a podcast and talked a little bit about this. Just know this. I'm giving you permission right now to go after your wildest dreams. A lot of times people don't want to set goals because they are scared that they're too big and they're not going to accomplish them. Another thing I wanted to point out to you is that blue button right there is where you actually share your goals. So if you hit that, that will actually move it over to your feed so that anybody in your inner circle can then see your goal and the progress that you've had on it up until this point. And that, again, that's just a way of holding yourself accountable so people know where you're at if you choose to do that. But it's 100% voluntary and up to you. And then when you do complete a goal at that 100%, you can go ahead and hit accomplish, and then it will go into that archive section.